Today we're going to be touring this cruise-ready Leopard 58 with tons of really cool upgrades. $500,000 of upgrades to make this boat ready to cruise. This was a game changer.
Wow, look at this.
You can definitely cruise and live on this boat. Welcome aboard this 2018 Leopard 58. All right, we're gonna start aft on the sugar scoops, as we always do. There's a lot to be said about this boat because it's properly set up for cruising, and we're gonna show you quite a bit of things that they did. But
many upgrades.
Yeah, like $500,000 of upgrades. So right here, we have a good sized sugar scoop. It nicely wraps around right here, which is something we like.
Another thing they installed, which I really like, is this little foot step. That comes in really handy because even right now, if you see like the height of the dock,
yeah,
it's kind of like a little bit too low to go on side decks. I mean, you can do it, but it's way more comfortable if we pull in the stern a little bit more closer to the dock to actually just step on this.
It makes a huge difference to be able to step here and step off.
Yeah.
100% agree.
So just quickly, I know it's a little bit louder here. We have the generator running and the air condition running and blasting for us to go to the interior afterwards without overheating, as well as the camera not overheating. Just wanted to mention a couple of things here. This here is our emergency tiller hookup. We have another one on the port side. Big post going all the way up there, and then there's this custom frame with 3100 watt and solar. Then another custom addition is this tender lift here. Then we have the hydraulic platform, which lowers all the way into the water, so it can be used for launching and retrieving of your tender. So yes, now you might ask, well, you have a hydraulic swim platform, I see the shocks on there, what do you need the lift for? Well, redundancy. If there's an issue with the tender platform, you still have your regular davit system to get your tender out of the water, and also minimize the pressure on the tender lift underway if it's higher out of the water, so it's just safer. Speaking of tender, this tender is a 2023 AB 13-foot aluminum tender with a brand new motor on it. I mean, boat is brand new, so brand new tender comes with the boat. Really cool setup.
And Rico saw the boat, he said a tender, he said a couple times, this is a great tender.
Yep.
This is a great tender.
It's a great tender.
So usually when he says it more than 2 times,
13-foot aluminum tender, that's what you want to use when you go cruising.
This must be for the...
dive bottles.
Yes, exactly.
Dive tanks.
Dive tanks, because we do have a dive compressor installed that we'll show you guys later in one of the engine compartments. So this is great. Look, also you can tell it's custom, really nicely built, stainless steel here. And we are in our cockpit.
So another unique feature is this bench. That was actually custom built in.
Yes, it's the only Leopard that has this because it was made for them. They had it built. It's great for entertaining. Also, you know, they have this kind of a setup. I was thinking you can also do a bit of a high-low table here with some foldable furniture you could completely put away. And then right here, this is also custom made for this boat. They have a bit of storage here and a very large trash compactor right here, which if you know you're going to be cruising around the world, you know how difficult it is sometimes to get rid of the trash. Having a good trash compactor is huge.
And then here for docking purposes, this is kind of cool. We have another shift and throttle control here, and we have the bow thruster control here. So especially the spot we're sitting at right now, if you just look, this makes it very easy to go starboard 2 or even port 2. Yeah, I see on the wrong side. You can also use the upper helm, of course, but this is definitely a good addition here.
Yeah, especially if you're coming in single-handed with something like this, right?
Yes.
If you get some experience, coming in and tying from here is great.
Yeah, because exactly. Like you stand there, you have a cleat right there. You can at least get the first line on, and that is usually, you know, half of the way already for docking.
I want to point out that they do have an enclosure here. It's a mesh, you know, that you could put around, which is great for extra shade. Of course, you can put an additional enclosure here if you wanted to have for like colder climates.
Yeah.
If you're going to be using the boat somewhere other than, you know, Florida or the Caribbean.
Below this, massive, massive, massive storage boxes.
I know. Sadly, the tables here we can show to you, but you guys can only imagine it's really deep. It's huge storage.
Here we have the big drain right before the salon door. This is obviously, you can remove that if you ever had to get to it, but it's a big, big water drain to evacuate water if you ever take big waves over the stern.
So we do have an ice maker right here, and we have a drink fridge or a fridge here as well, which comes in very, very handy.
So this used to be the propane locker, now it's a bosun's locker.
Nice.
We missed something on the starboard side. I want to point it out here on the port side. We have our shore power inlets on the port side as well as on the starboard side.
This is our transom shower.
Swim ladder right there.
Let's go forward. Just poured rain. We have a little bit of a blue sky opening, and then it might come again. It's coming. It's circling around us.
That is the beautiful thing in Florida.
Yeah.
It rains and the sun comes out, and nothing happens.
Let's get this in quickly before it circles us again. We've been kind of dodging the rain. Okay, so what I really like to point out is they do have this mesh on all these windows, which is quite nice because it protects the interior from the sun, protects the windows, but you can still see out. It's a really nice feature, highly recommended on any boat. And then as we're coming forward, all flash hatches, but what they've done that I've never seen before, they actually put white out on all of these hatches.
Yeah, and I'm not 100% sure if that's OEM or if that was aftermarket.
No, I think it's aftermarket.
Maybe maybe you can order them this way, I'm not sure, but it looks like it's a very thin layer of starboard, which is just on top. So underneath is the clear.
Yeah, so it is nice though, because first of all, if you step on them, it's not nearly as hot.
Yeah.
That's one of the things. Then
keeps the boat a lot cooler.
A lot cooler. It makes a huge difference on the air conditioning. But it didn't make much of a difference when we were checking out the boat earlier. You guys will see when we go inside on the interior. It didn't. You didn't feel like it. You didn't.
Well,
feel
you
like
can
it was
still
dark.
open them if you want to, and then you get the breeze and the light in too.
Of course. All right, let's check out what we have here. Well, first of all, here.
What?
You can open things.
Oh, I can open things.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we have a captain's quarters. There we go.
Okay.
So we have a head in there, a wet head. That piece there can actually fold down over the head. So if you don't use the head, you would probably fold it down, and that's also your landing area where you would step on. And then we have one bunk here forward. It is on the smaller side, but it's definitely doable.
It's compact.
It's compact, yeah. You have another closet here on the outboard side.
I think it's a great owner-operator boat, and it's just a good storage, you know, an extra space, a possible overflow if you really have somebody coming in.
Since you're holding already the camera, should I?
Yes.
Carefully go down here.
Yes.
I'm always a little scared of these trampolines.
No, these look good.
I don't know if I can trust them or not.
They probably don't know if they can trust you.
Wow, look at this.
Massive storage.
Look at this storage.
Tank.
Holy moly.
Water tank, one of them.
Access to our chain locker right in the center part. Yeah, big water tank, huge water tank. A tremendous amount of storage space. You can drop all your fenders in here, extra sails. We have another storage locker on the starboard side. So let's close this one back up. And then in the center part, we have the access to our windlass. So access to our windlass and chain, remote control, emergency equipment for the windlass. And of course our bridle is also here, which we can hook in then. Big swivel anchor right here. It's actually really easy. If the anchor comes up the wrong way, you can just poke a boat hook through and turn it the right way very easily. What else do we have here?
I want you to open that up.
This one?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, you'll see.
Oh, look at that.
Check it out. You have
storage, a workshop.
Yes, custom shelving installed there, and it is a proper workshop.
Huge.
Yes.
Lots of space.
Every guy's dream.
Then we have 2 electric furling units, one for the self-tacker, one for the Code Zero. Comes in pretty handy. I love electric furlers. It's one less thing you need to use on the winch, you know?
Yeah,
one less line you have to deal with.
Some of you guys think that we are like power boaters straight up, but we started sailing and we still love sailing. We've done a lot of sailing in our life as well. on monohulls, catamarans, and have a lot of respect and love for it, is just a lot more work.
So one thing I just wanted to mention quick, we have a radar up on the spreader there, as well as a night vision camera and of course some floodlighting. We have 2 life rafts sitting right here on the coach roof, and these are the windows we saw from the interior, which is pretty cool because they're protected. They have some overhang on the exterior, so even if it rains, you wouldn't have too much water coming in, so you can actually leave them open.
True, very, very true.
Not underway probably, because if you take some waves over or some spray, you don't want to get the salt in, but at anchor for sure.
Yes, agreed. Little princess chairs right here.
Yep.
I would demonstrate, but it just rained, so I'm probably completely wet, so not gonna happen.
Yeah, we don't need the wet pants contest here.
But I do want to show you this, which is initially when Leopard came out with it, we were like, I mean, how many years ago was that?
Yeah,
we were like, this is amazing. This is amazing. Finally, someone is doing it.
But for the first time when I saw it, I thought, okay, it looks kind of strange with this roof in the front. Like, why is that there?
But I feel like you have to think of practicality, functionality, and the looks. So sometimes you have to compromise. It might not look slick and sexy, but you're going to use it so much.
So what do we have here?
It's not going to matter.
So first of all, this is very easy to get in and out, but you can close this up if it rains, like it just did. We didn't close it up.
Yes.
So it got a little bit of rain down here.
Yeah, that's our fault.
But obviously to get in and out, it's a lot easier if you have this open because it gives you the headroom.
So we have a little L-shaped settee here, is another little sitting area, and then right here, 2 pop-up tables.
Oh, for your coffee in the morning.
And the best thing about this is we do have this door directly into our salon, into our galley. We still have these 3 openable hatches here. You'll see in the interior, 4 actually, I'm sorry. But having this is game changer, and Leopards were one of the very first to do it.
With the forward door, I think so, yeah.
Gotta give them a credit for it. They are
huge plus cross breeze wise.
This was massive. This was a game changer when it came out, and it still is something that I feel like in a catamaran you gotta have.
Speaking of game changer, let's go and check out the Flybridge.
Okay, let's do it. All right, let's go up and check out the Flybridge.
Yes.
Come on up.
Well, that is a big Flybridge.
Yeah, real quick, you do have a weather door right here that you can close up just to make sure that you don't have rain if it's really pouring. It's nice to be able to close that up and
keep the cockpit dry.
Yeah, exactly. And it's interesting because it doesn't close it all the way. You still have this open. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
No, me
but
neither.
It's plenty in order to keep that cockpit dry underneath. Okay, should we start aft quick?
Sure.
Okay. So we do have our solar panels that we were showing you guys when we were down there.
That's a lot of solar. We have a large storage box here with a custom top actually to make it a table, which is kind of cool.
And then on our starboard we do have on our port we do have an electric canyon grill here, storage underneath, and then this nice entertainment bar.
Another ice maker.
Perfect. 2 ice makers. I would say that's a definite NBBL. You gotta have 2 ice makers. You have a drink fridge here as well. So same setup as downstairs. Very cool to have. You have a sink and a bit more storage here.
So then we have a custom ladder which was installed here, very comfortable, actually to get on top of the hard top, where we have more solar right here. And then we have an in-boom furling, leisure furl boom here, which was upgraded as well. So you don't need to deal with any lazy jacks or flaking the sail. You just press a button and it furls into the boom with a hydraulic boom vang all the way forward. We're going to see that in a second, even a little bit better. So that comes in very handy. That's a really nice upgrade. Normally when you lower the sail down with a classic conventional sail, you have to be up there, you have to flake the sail. The boat is sideways to the waves and so on. There will be motion up there. So it's definitely a lot safer with an in-boom furling system. It's a lot easier, it's a lot cleaner.
Yeah, you push the button.
Jacks. Exactly.
It makes a huge difference. If you are sailing, let's say a family of small children, so there's just the 2 of you, you know, that they're operating, or it's just one person that's really operating, you're able to handle a boat of this size.
Exactly. It's a little bit of training involved in this to get used to the system, but once you know how to use it, it's a very convenient system because you can reef at any point. You just stop the roll, and in the roll of the drum, you can have 1 million reefing points theoretically. So it's a very cool system. I've used it before. I've used it on the catamaran. I've used it on the monohull. Huge fan of an in-boom furling system.
I'm going to talk about the seating area here. Again, they did a bunch of custom stuff. They upgraded the cushions. All of these are reversible backrests. So now you can easily have dinner here with 10 people, really. Just put some chairs there. This table is custom as well. It is high-low.
Oh, that's
it's got
beautiful.
This beautiful
compass rose
in the middle, and then of course you can extend it out. Look how cool.
Oh wow, that's nice.
So that's a great feature, and this is your alfresco dining in style. Is
the seating too low to have dinner there, or is it comfortable?
You want it to be able to have both, and I think this is a good compromise.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a little bit lower than you would normally have, but yeah, it's a once the table is up, it's great. You know, people always asking us, Flybridge, no Flybridge, sort of a mid-helm, what do you think? And our main piece of advice is just kind of decide how you're going to start using the boat. I feel like a lot of the times people buy a boat based on what the big dream is, which is go, you know, sail the world. Now, of course there's a drill now or whatever is happening. But sometimes you have to be realistic and decide where you're going to start. And if the decision is you're going to start and cruise the Caribbean for the first year, then buy a boat that you're going to really, really enjoy doing that. And Flybridge would be a huge portion of that.
100%.
Because you will spend a lot of time doing it. Having an enclosure like this with, you know, strata glass, which is hard shell enclosure, so it looks like glass. You can still open it up. You're very much protected from the elements.
Yeah, just to show you, I mean, look, we have this front panel open here. It's a panel, you cannot roll it because it's too thick. But like Victoria said, it looks like glass. It's completely clear.
So it makes it really easy to be able to operate from here if you're not, of course not, it's pouring rain. So you're mostly going to be using this helm underway. You're protected from the elements, and you get to have this second outdoor living room space, which is amazing if that's how you're going to use the boat initially. Now look, it's pouring rain. It's crazy weather now, and we're very comfortable here.
Yep. 100%.
Just gonna close that up, and very comfortable. But this space is initially made to be wet, so it's fine. You know, some rain comes in.
You got to keep in mind, what's the percentage of you being at anchor in the marina, and what is the percentage of you actually doing a long distance crossing?
Yes.
Probably 95% you at anchor or in the marina. And the other 5% you're going somewhere. So this is phenomenal at anchor.
I mean, if you're gonna look how it's pouring, you guys, it is totally pouring.
And we're completely dry here, completely protected.
So to finish that off, if your goal is to get a boat and immediately start cruising the world, you have the experience, you're gonna go do that, then great. Talking to everyone that we know who have done it, getting that hub helm would be, you know, like a raised helm would be a great option, because that allows you to be real close to each other. You're not alone here on the Flybridge if the other person is cooking or doing something inside. But if you're going to be cruising the Caribbean type of deal starting out, this is a great option. Having a Flybridge is amazing. There's still a whole other settee on this side, a bit of a layout space. It is a very comfortable Flybridge.
Yeah, it's a lot of space on this boat for sure. So we have all our winches here, they're all electric, our cleats are here, everything is led to this point, so very, very easy to handle. We have a self-tacking foresail, both electric furlers, which we have seen already when we were on the foredeck. So now to the helm. This is kind of cool. When this backrest is flipped forward, it becomes a leaning post. That's probably how I would use this bench here.
This is how I would probably use this bench here.
So we got our hydraulic unit. It's a manual hydraulic unit right down there. That's the handle where you pump with to build up the pressure. That's for our boom vang. Then we have our engine monitors right there, engine controls right there. Here's the port one. Fuel transfers as well, fuel gauges, shift and throttle control, autopilot control, horn, bilge pumps, both thrust are right here. Raymarine chart plotter. We have our furlers here for the jib and the code 0, the remote controls for it, kill switch for the boom. We have our furl control here for the leisure furl, multifunction controls, and another B&G backup chart plotter, which we have right here. with a remote control for the Raymarine here up on top. Of course, a VHF radio. Then we have a carbon fiber helm wheel, which is an upgrade, pretty sweet. Love, love, love carbon fiber helm wheels. Just feels really good. And it's never cold, not even when it's cold outside.
You're gonna have like a tiny little wheel on your boat, like this big, like small.
Well, what they say, right? Size doesn't matter. Anyways, shall we?
Since it's pouring outside, should we go check out the interior?
That was the regular sequence anyways.
Right, okay. Before we go and check out the interior, just wanted to take a second and ask you guys to please hit that like button right now, subscribe, and do the share. It makes a huge difference in helping us keep bringing you fantastic content. Alrighty, let's check out the interior. Huge sliding door.
Yeah, you want to just slide it open one time so we can show it and then we can close it. Yeah, that
Pretty epic.
Really opens up the space for the interior, from the interior to the exterior, right?
Yeah, that's awesome. And I think with so many options forward to be able to open it up, you will most of the time have this open. Welcome to the interior. All right, on our starboard, we have a large dining area. You cannot even call this a dinette because it's big. I mean, you could easily have dinner here with, what do you think? Like 9 people.
Yeah, probably 10 people if you put 2 high chairs here or something.
Here, exactly.
And it's a high-low table and it obviously folds out.
Exactly. It's awesome for a large family or being able to have nice get-togethers, you know, inviting a whole Anchorage over. It's definitely, especially on the rainy day, you are not compromising anything. There's a lot of space here. And we haven't even talked about a separate living room area there, basically a salon. So real quick, this, you guys know my pet peeve with the pillows. There's a lot of pillows on this boat. First thing I would do is get rid of some pillows.
Yeah,
I
agreed.
feel like it's making the space feel smaller because there's so many of them.
Lots of storages underneath the floor.
Yes, there is a lot. Should we open one up? Yes, all storage.
So all under the floorboards here. I'm standing on a storage. There's Victoria standing on one, and it continues on all the way forward and underneath the galley floor. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. All right. Let's start on our port side here. You start on this, and then I will show the galley.
Okay. So as soon as you walk in, there's a storage cabinet right here and an extension of the galley with a countertop. So once the door is opened up and you're preparing meals here, this is a good spot to actually just sit something down and people can come from the back, from the outside, or from the inside. And right here at the door, we have our electrical panel, fusion stereo, water maker controls, generator controls, and then our breaker switch panel here for the high and the low voltage breakers. As
part of multiple upgrades that they made on this boat, I highly recommend you guys going and checking out the listings and just going down the list because we've spent quite a few minutes trying to go through it. It is so much that they've done here. One of the things they've done is actually added extra cooling and ventilation to this electrical cabinet with, you know, temperatures and everything so they can monitor all of this electronics that is happening there. So yeah, just check it out. Also, if you are looking at upgrading something on your boat, maybe, look at that list because they've done a lot of stuff to make this boat like ready to cruise. This is cool. They added like a little extra handle.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so you have a fridge, two drawer freezers here, right?
Which I believe can be either fridge or freezer.
I think you're right.
Maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe so.
I think so. I think right now it's set as a refrigerator.
Yep.
So it's probably one fridge, one freezer. And then as we go in this way, we have our microwave right here. We have induction 4-burner cooktop. Very cool. No gas, all electric on this boat, which makes it a lot safer.
Like we already mentioned on the exterior, like with the barbecue, same thing, everything is electric now.
Yeah. Oven right here. Tons of storage, plenty here. Oh, look at that.
Dish drying rack.
Wow, or an extra pantry space, depends on how you want to use it. If you're going on a longer journeys, this might be somewhere that you would store your oil, spices, you know, in case you need it. But you do have a dedicated rack to dry dishes. But you might not need to do that because you have a dishwasher A drawer dishwasher, I'm a huge fan of these. Double sink right here, still no storage.
Trash, which is
top trash can.
really
love,
cool.
Love, love.
And then here it is.
Yes.
I love this setup.
Maybe we should think about adding this on for the main trash can as well. This is a cool feature to be able to do that instead of constantly pulling it out. NBBL, let us know what you guys think. New boat build list, right? A bit more storage. Look, this goes all the way in. There's a wine rack there for all your reds.
Bottle storage, yeah. So for those of you which are familiar with the Leopard 58, it comes in different layout versions. This one has the large salon where you have everything open. It comes also in a 5 and 6 cabin version. 6 cabin version, this would be a stateroom, this would be a stateroom, and you have each a door to the foredeck. Here it's just a massive salon.
I would call this layout the most spacious layout because it gives you the most room. It carries less passengers per se staying overnight, but it is the most livable layout because you just feel like you have a nice size house.
Agreed.
Did we mention all the storage underneath there?
Yes, I did mention that there's tons of storage underneath the floors as well.
And I like these built-in storage kind of exposed niches there. It also comes very, very handy in a galley. It's a good galley.
100%. The cool thing is you do have openable hatches there, openable windows.
They're
portholes.
massive.
Really, really big. So if you are not in the middle of the summer and you know it's nice temperature outside, you open this up, you open up the forward doors, the forward hatches there.
Or if you're in the middle of California summer.
Exactly. You open up the back door and you don't need any air conditioning because there's tons of ventilation. So now with it being an electric cooktop, you don't need to worry about any wind either. With the gas, you always have the issue you can't do any cross breeze because it blows out your flame and you can't cook anymore.
That is a very good, interesting point because a lot of the times we'll have people coming from sort of residential style moving into liveaboard, and they think that they would like to have that gas cooktop, which is, you know, considered professional, and that, you know, it's a great feature in the house. But if you're really cruising, if you have windows open, it creates a huge issue with the gas. Yeah. Besides it being more dangerous on board, something to consider when you're looking at boats, and if it is set up with proper electric like this, it being actual induction, we've noticed lately a lot of super yachts going away from gas in like professional galleys and going full induction.
Well, especially with induction, it's so easy and it keeps everything a lot cooler. Cooking with gas makes the cabin or the space, the galley, super hot. Induction, not so much.
And insurance companies also like that as well.
Yeah.
They like electric.
Moving forward, we have
a wine fridge.
Yes.
Miele wine cooler.
You just do this, and then you grab the door and open it.
Ta-da! Okay, we're gonna be best friends, okay? And then it closes by itself. Ah, okay, cool. Storage here. We have our interior helm, which also makes for a pretty nice home office.
Yes.
It's like a pretty large desk here. If you really need to set up and work, you can have a large screen here if you want to. How does it work? Oh. I'm leaving this in the video. That was a blonde moment. Anyway, all of these are our glove compartments.
Oh, it's a chart table.
Yes.
Yeah.
And here, storage as well. Okay, what about the helm?
Well, the helm here, it's not a full helm. It's, how do we call this? A half
helm?
A half helm. So we still have our shift and throttle controls, a VHF radio here, a chart plotter. We have our autopilot control, so you can steer the boat from down here, but you don't really have a helm wheel down here. And then, of course, our air condition control. You get some USB outlets there if you want to charge things. Okay, that was it for the lower helm.
Okay, so welcome to our salon, secondary kind of space. If you have family living on board of this boat, it's a pretty cool way of having multiple spaces, you know. If you homeschooling your kids, they actually have a nice table there, they can work, and you still have a bit of a living room space. There is a pop-up TV right here, which of course has a remote, but also just in case the battery is low, you've got the switch here. you guys get the idea. So then, this is not a high-low table.
No, it's a coffee table.
And all these windows around, just so much light in this space. It feels very bright. And just point out, all the overhead hatches are closed. All the shade is closed, so it's...
Oh, the amount of natural light you
Yeah.
can get in here is incredible.
Right now, we just have all of these open, and it is so bright. It's amazing.
Really cool is that they have this wall here completely vertical, so you don't have the windows usually what most of the catamarans have in this angle, so you have the sun beating on it, and it gets really, really hot in the salon. Here we have this overhang of the coach roof, actually gives you more protection from the sun, but also from the rain. If you want to just sit there and have a coffee and it's less lightly raining, you can actually sit outside there, no problem.
Overhang is fantastic. Obviously, you guys saw it. But yeah, this space is pretty great. Do you think there's any storage underneath? Oh yeah, look at that. Check it out.
Oh, big storage, big
Yeah.
tub. Yep.
I would have been pretty mad if they didn't put storage into this. So that's awesome. And all of that is also storage.
Oh, wow.
There's games in here. That's fantastic. Okay, where are we going next?
Going down to the port side.
We're gonna go down there because I have two cabins, two heads down there, and this is an owner's version. So our starboard is gonna have an owner's suite.
Yep.
Let's go aft first. This is an interesting setup. So you do have this queen size bed. Again, pillows, lots of pillows. Too many pillows, you're killing me. The interesting thing about this setup is that you still have a bunk bed, which you can see right there behind that cushion. And the way it works is actually a bit unique. So see, this is the cushion for it. It actually comes
The mattress?
right, yeah, the mattress, sorry. It comes right here. So it will be like that. So it makes it for a nice shareable cabin. So one person can sleep this way and another person can sleep this way. Great for kids.
Yeah,
Really nice setup.
really good.
So while you're there,
Oh.
there's tons of storage here underneath. As you can
Uh-huh.
see, there are lots of drawers. There's still a bit of, let's open one up just to give you an idea. So they're large, look at this.
Oh, yeah.
Very big. We have our closet spaces here. It's pretty good, actually.
Hanging locker and storage below still.
Yeah, for a single person having this cabin or two kids, they definitely have plenty of storage for their stuff.
So now we can switch around.
Okay.
Still have a TV here on the swivel, and then we have an openable porthole there and an openable hatch overhead.
And we have an ensuite. I'm in a shower, great one-person shower. This is a pocket door, so
I
it
see.
kind of allows you to leave this open most of the time. But if you are showering, obviously using toilet here, you close it up. But it's easy to get in and out. You have a sink here, trash can, nice built in here. And look, all of this is our medicine cabinet. It's great.
Okay.
Actually, more than I thought it would have. Very cool. Okay, now going forward, we have a frigo. Seems like a freezer at the moment, but maybe it could be changed. What do you think?
It could be either or.
Yeah, I think so. So that's nice. So that kind of extends our refrigeration even more. And then obviously you saw all the stuff on the exterior as well. This is great. They have a lot of fridges.
Yeah.
And then some storage here. Built manual bilge pump. It's not storage, sorry. Fire extinguisher and a manual bilge pump here.
Okay.
And then we're coming into our port forward cabin. Should we do this first?
Sure.
Okay. So let's go into our head first.
Is
I
it
would say it's matching.
similar? Matching? Yeah.
It's the same, exactly the same. Yeah.
There's some nice natural light, openable porthole.
Yeah, that is cool to have in a
Again,
shower.
openable hatch overhead.
Yes.
Got the sink there and the head.
Okay, and then we're gonna go all the way forward here. We have a queen size bed, a bit tapered towards the end here. All of this exposed storage, very nice. We have drawers underneath the bed. Looks like we do have some floor storage also, huh?
Built storage, yeah.
Yeah, quite a bit. All of this, look, lots of exposed shelving in this cabin. And here we have our hanging locker and a bit more storage. Wow, I actually feel like our aft cabin had maybe possibly a bit more
But this has more, real estate,
for
more,
sure.
more
Yeah,
space for sure.
More real estate. Yes. Okay, let's go and check out the owner suite. Welcome.
All right.
Welcome to our owner suite. Lots of pillows again.
So we got a queen size bed here, which
Yes.
is semi walk around.
Which looks very small because of the pillows. But yes, it's big. You can go all the way forward. It actually makes it...
Aft.
Sorry. Well, you can go all the way forward of the bed.
Oh,
That's what I
okay.
was trying to say.
Okay, got it.
You go all the way aft. I mean, not all the way. You have kind of a built-in nightstands, tiered nightstands, but you can access all the way here. You can make the bed. It is definitely doable. And the height here is not too bad. Look, I'm 5'7".
You're standing on the step.
Yeah,
there.
I'm on
Yeah.
this high, tall step. So if I step down, so I'm 5'7". For those that are new to the channel, I am really 5'7". So yes, it is good height here. You definitely, if you're tall, if you're like 6'5", no issue. You could definitely live in this cabin.
Yeah. Then we
Okay.
have a small TV there on the wall.
Okay, so I just made this private, closed this up. Perfect. And let's check out all the storage we have. Look, they've got a safe in here as well. Hanging locker. We have a settee, great size settee. Technically a small child could take a nap here. It is good size. You think they've got storage?
Most likely storage underneath.
Let's look.
Yep.
Oh yes, check. Okay,
Big mirror.
nice mirror here. We have a home office slash let me get ready spot here. Pretty nice. Check this out. Tons of storage, exposed storage, upper storage, another closet, which I think would be probably his or whoever is using mostly t-shirts and shorts.
Lots of natural light.
Yeah, 2 openable portholes here, and then we're coming. Oh no way!
Another makeup station.
2 stations. So that's really a desk, and this is mine. This would be mine. This is really cool.
Your jewelry cabinet.
Yeah, it's great. And then look, behind this door, there's more closet.
Do we need to come in?
Yeah, I think so. Close this up. There's some cleaning supplies here, but check this out. This whole thing is also a hanging locker.
Yeah.
There's more. Ah, this is amazing. And more. What?
Wow.
Yeah, you can definitely cruise and live on this boat. A lot of space. Okay, and we're walking into our ensuite. We have dual vanity, great setup, medicine cabinets here. Underneath, a bit more storage. There's a trash can here, and is it a bidet? I'm confused. I think it's a bidet.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's a bidet.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. They probably did this after the fact, but it is a bidet, so they added this in.
Interesting.
Yeah, well, you know, saves on paper, and you probably have way less issues with your toilet. What's here? Coming in. Washer and dryer combo. Check. More storage here. Now, the shower. The
Wow.
shower is
Big.
definitely a 2-person shower. Nicely flares out. Lots of room.
I mean, the floor space is for 2 people. Like the upper space, I mean, it's very large.
It's a really good 2-person shower, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What about the engine room?
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Not that I'm looking forward to it.
Why not?
Because it's hot outside.
I'm looking forward to watching you sweat. I don't think it could get any worse than you were on the fjords. You and Udo. If you guys haven't seen that video, I'll put it in the description of the video. You gotta check that out.
Yeah, that was hot. All right. Whoa, this is big. Okay. Thank you. All right. In the engine room, pretty tall engine room actually. I can stand here without hitting the ceiling if the hatch would be closed. So what do we have here? We have a Bauer dive compressor right here. A nice shelf still for some tools and so on. We have one of the water makers right here. Victron transformer over there. Then here in the back we have our steering components, the hydraulic unit for the swim platform, extra shore power cables here, water heater down here, and then more storage with shelving over there. Now you might think, okay, wait a minute, is this a sail drive? Is this a shaft drive? What is it? It's actually a V drive and then a shaft overboard, which you're not going to see right now here because it's underneath this part over there. So really, really cool. It doesn't have a sail drive. Then here on the starboard side we have our primary fuel filters, expansion tank for the coolant, sea strainer right there, fire suppression system right there, and then our engine batteries right down here. So the port engine room has the generator, which is running right now. We have all the air conditioning running, and the shore power is acting up a little bit today. So generator is running, so we decided to film the starboard engine room, but just want to mention we have the generator over there. And there's still plenty of space. I mean, look at the space here. Sound insulation forward to the forward bulkhead. Yeah, that's it for the engine room.
Alrighty, you guys, this completes our tour of this catamaran. I hope you enjoyed it. Put a like, comment, a couple of comments would be fantastic. If you are looking to see some of Rico's engine room tours that he does on the Patreon, consider joining us there. It's focused more on if he was representing you as a buyer, how as a broker he would come in and advise you on some of the used vessels that we show on this channel. So if you're interested in that, go check out the Patreon. Alrighty, see you later. See you in the next one. Ciao.
It is really nicely it's really nicely stably tied up.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, you can open it.
What, this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Why me?
It's not difficult. Apparently it is. Both sides, both at the same time. Just lift up, yeah.
Technically, a small kid can slip here, so sleep. Technically, a small kid
can slip here. Okay.
I don't even know what accent that is.